Mike O'Mara Radio Entertainment.
Today's episode of The Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our bonus packages. Please go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click on the bonus banner. You'll get access to all of our bonus content, and even better, you'll be helping out TMOS. So please quit sucking, and we thank you.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday
Of
to
Mondays.
you.
You're the best.
Michael's first sick day to you.
Oh, no.
Michael's first sick day.
He gets to hang out with
my
the
God.
fam today.
4 o'clock in the morning, a cough that I don't even know how to describe.
Like a CDC cough.
When they talk about what are the there's a productive cough. This is medical term.
Oh,
is it a productive
Yeah, and
cough
I
or is
hate
it a
that.
dry rasping cough? He had the ow.
That's the dry.
yeah,
The
dry
productive cough is when you're getting the goo out of your lungs, and it's the most
But the-
disgusting thing in the world.
But the rasping cough is what he's got. And I hear him like he's right next to the bed,
Yeah.
and then it begins, and then this morning. So how about that little guy, though? The whole time Mrs. O'Mara is getting her education for skincare.
Yeah.
Yes.
He doesn't have one down day, and then he realizes it's Monday, and he lets his guard down, and he lets that
Oh,
virus
you know
into
what
his
it's like,
little
Mike?
body.
How many times have we gotten sick the day when Christmas break started?
Right. Exactly.
happens. It's the
When
same
you let
thing.
your-
Pressure's
you let your
off.
guard down. And,
Well, maybe
you
he
know,
was holding out for mom to get better.
Well, you know.
Like I say, I can't get sick now because it'll put too much on Papa and I.
Papa.
well,
But now that
as-
everybody's strong and fit, let's do this.
As we speak, Mama and son are at MedExpress.
Oh,
Oh, it's very fast.
MedExpress. Yeah, they got there at 8 o'clock. It's 9:20.
Oh, man.
Welcome to MedExpress. Must be a lot of sick people there.
Some sort of
they
telemedicine
open?
by now that you could
Yeah.
use.
I thought they'd be back an hour ago.
Do they
I thought
open at
they'd
8?
be- They open at 8. They were there like before 8.
I bet
So-
what happened is at like 8:01 and 30, they have them in a room, and they're still in the room. They love getting you out of the lobby into a room.
Yeah,
And
we'll see
because
what
then
happens.
it looks like
On
they're
deck
doing yeah.
room.
Yeah, they forget.
But, you know, for the purposes of this is when he was healthier over the weekend. We did. This is self-serving. This is nepotism. This is whatever you want to call it. This is I like to call this improv theater.
Oh, nice.
And now we're out. Saturday is Daddy Day, where we're out running around and running errands, and Mom's recovering from drinking wine
nice.
and
Wine night.
and just hang out. But it's Saturday. She lets me play a little golf on Sunday. I let her do whatever the hell she wants on Saturday.
She gets
it's the way
a
it's the way
weekend,
we roll.
just
She
like you
gets
get a
her-
weekend.
She gets a little weekend, and occasionally there are no rules. Occasionally we all do something together. But in the middle of this, he was just being creative and saying weird stuff, and suddenly he started doing a dialogue, and it made me laugh. And I said, "Okay, stop right there. I'm going to interview you with your funny voice." He's like, "Okay," and he's not. By the way, he's aware of my little phone when I record him now.
Right.
Doesn't like doing the endings for the show.
Oh.
Is kind of hard on himself a little bit. But this is a very good mood, and I have no idea. By the way, this does not have an ending.
Okay.
This just
like
stops.
Saturday Night Live.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. Like a Saturday Night Live
Smash
sketch.
cut.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. You know what? Rob plays the Broadway for me, and I just have to drop
Hey.
everything.
One
All right. Thank you very much.
singular sensation, and you can forget
Thank you.
the rest.
Thank you.
Singular sensation, every little step.
Why am I stopped by this song? You know why?
Why?
Because it's a great Broadway
It
song.
really is. You know, we could do a version for Oscar. And
what
call
musical?
This is from a chorus line.
Oh, okay.
We could do it for Oscar. We could call it Juan.
Juan.
One smile and suddenly nobody
It's so
else.
queenie. It is. That's ridiculous. Turn it off. It's driving me crazy.
I've heard about
Thank
a
you.
chorus line. Once in a
Sure,
while.
of course you have.
Improv theater. I have no idea what he's doing, but I
This
rolled
is the
with
way
it.
of the future, Mike. There are people that make their careers in improv now. The Upright
is-
Citizens Brigade.
Get this man a
The
YouTube channel.
Groundlings,
Doesn't
absolutely.
make any sense. It's not all that good, but I love him.
Second City.
Oh, yeah.
Mike O'Mara and Michael O'Mara. Ladies and gentlemen, take it away.
What? I'm from Texas now.
Where are you from?
Texas.
What do you do in Texas?
I just toot and eat.
You kill and eat?
No, toot and eat.
You coo and eat?
No, I toot and eat.
You toot and eat?
Yeah.
Like you toot out your butt?
Yeah.
What's your name, Tex?
My name's Michael William O'Meara.
Michael William O'Meara. What? Are you a gunfighter?
Well, I don't really like guns that much.
You like cows?
I like cows. I don't shoot anything.
Do you like horses?
Yeah.
What's your horse's name?
My horse's name's Andy.
Andy? What? Why did you name him Andy?
Because that's the name of my grandson.
That's your name of your grandson? Oh, really? Is your grandson traveling with you?
No, he lives in California. I live in Texas.
Yeah, so he lives in California, you live in Texas. Well, it's nice to meet you. Where are you keeping your horse Andy, Texas?
Well, I own a barn. I'm really sad because the government's going to try to shut it down.
What?
Why is the government going to shut it down?
That's straight from Mike.
Because if we don't sign a contract before Sunday, we're going to be pushed out and they're going to destroy our barn.
Well, that's not good. What do you aim to do about it?
I think we should just try to go with the flow and just try to write this.
That's from Carla.
There it is. It stopped. I stopped it. It was just
Go
I
with
thought
the flow.
He
I
had
could have
such a
gone longer, but I
backstory.
was there.
Yep.
This is not good. Yeah, Andy.
Complicated backstory. This is like something that you would
lives in
do if you
California.
if you were to play this cowboy on a stage in a play. He'd have
Right.
this backstory. His motivation is save the barn.
Yeah.
Yeah. We might have done that while I
Peacefully.
was on Saturday getting fitted for orthotics. That's probably what we did.
Well, the government angle was like high level.
Well, that's-
like
yeah,
I don't
that's-
see a 6-year-old ever.
Well, that's pure
Look,
dad.
you know, he's 6. He rolls in front of the tube with the news on it, and he stops. And you know what? I'm not discouraging that.
No.
I
No.
tell you, he's interested in the news. If there's something horrific, we say, Michael, get away from the television. But if he's watching just regular news, he's interested in stuff. The guy at the orthotics joint that is explaining to me, he takes out a little skeleton of the foot, and he's kind of going about flat feet and arch supports.
Sure.
And all of a sudden, Michael's doing, and he brings out the diameter, he starts explaining it. And I look over at my son, and my son just rivets. He just pivots and stares.
He's riveted.
And just completely, you can just see the mind just going
yeah.
like a big old sponge.
Yeah.
And then he started hacking. And that was the rest of the weekend. We did, by the way, because I had promised him weeks ago that I would take out a second mortgage and buy him a Lego set.
Yes.
We did Jurassic Park, T-Rex, truck, transport, Lego. And
Does it have a Little Wayne Knight in it?
Would you like to see it?
Yeah, I would.
Talk
Oh,
amongst
absolutely.
yourselves. I'll get
The
it.
Wayne Knight
Yeah.
who played Newman.
Newman.
Yeah.
No, it's not as small.
Okay.
T-Rex. Oh, this has got to be. These Lego sets are super duper expensive.
The Tyrannosaurus Rex is the king of the dinosaurs because
Yes.
Rex means king.
Ah.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I think you might have mentioned that years ago, and I was like, I got to file that away. I didn't file away.
And little arms, little baby
matter.
arms,
Do
like
you-
Rachel Ray.
But do you feel like you would be into Legos if your kids are into Legos right now?
Robert did Legos.
Yeah, but not like these. Like
No.
These are elaborate Lego sets now.
No, I'm not really a Lego guy. I don't
Did you
think.
like building them with the Robert?
I liked watching him build them.
Yeah.
It wasn't my scene.
If I bought the Death Star for my son,
Yeah.
and he didn't build it,
Well,
I would be pissed.
yeah, you know what? I might do a Death Star. I might do a Millennium Falcon.
Okay.
Because then it's kind of like.
Yeah, but say
do you have any
say
podcasts
you
that
didn't
are
have a time. Say you didn't have time.
Okay.
And it was just like a Christmas present. Like
Right.
you went all out, mortgaged the house, got it done. These things are nuts. Look
Yeah,
at
they
this
are.
guy. Look
Yeah.
at this guy. Mike's bringing in a truck. Is it a T-Rex? What is it? Oh, here he goes.
Oh.
Show and tell. Show and tell time, people.
All right, so I'll let you guess the time commitment
All right.
on this.
All right, you got
It's
to
not going to look like it was much, but here we go. I'm going to hold it up.
show. All right. Oh, wow. This is from Jurassic Park. This is very
wow.
loud. So the T-Rex is a Lego as well? That's made out of Legos? Holy yes. That is actually the coolest
Yeah.
truck
get out of the way.
caravan I have ever seen.
I love it.
My God.
There it is.
All right, the truck
There
doesn't
it
look
is.
that bad because outside of the cab, you've got those plastic pieces on the side.
And the dinosaur was what?
Shoot her! Shoot her!
No expense was spared. Was the dinosaur in several pieces or is it just one piece?
The dinosaur is the easiest thing. He puts that together, and he spends 15 minutes with me putting the nuts and bolts together, and then he leaves. And then 3.5 hours later, the Lego is completed. That's the way that
truck
went.
took 3.5 hours.
Now, this might be me.
Did you read
I'm not.
instructions?
Look, I know there are dads that can probably blast this thing out in much short order. Yeah, I'm going to say a little over 3 hour time. We got back.
How do you do
right
with the
after lunch.
instructions? Do you sort of freeform
I
it a
love
little
it.
bit, or do you follow the
is-
instructions?
By the way, if everything that man had to put together, if everything that consumers had to, I hate giving them a commercial. It's just not fair because they're too expensive. But if everything was put together that you had to build yourself like Legos, life would be simpler. Because Legos don't make mistakes.
IKEA could get a page from Legos. Like
Yeah,
it really is easy.
It's so,
but it takes time.
Or
and you'll
small
have-
battery-operated
you'll have-
cars for children to ride around in?
So
You'll have 11 or 10
Jesus.
extra pieces when you get done because they put extras in.
Sure,
They
just in
do.
case.
Just in case. But if they forget, but it's flawless. I've never had a Lego set where, and people might be screaming at me right now, I've never had a Lego set where something went awry or something went missing. It's always the same, and it's easy. Sometimes a little more complicated, and sometimes there's a there's a piece the size of a nun's that you can't find somewhere,
Right.
and you will
One that has the
inevitably
one
find
dot
it.
on the top, right?
It's very frustrating.
Yes, I know
Yeah.
exactly what you mean.
But it's great, and I think Daddy might be as into it as little guy is. I think that's the
So
way.
you
it
should
might work.
buy. I know that you in the day liked the movie Jurassic Park. Is that what motivated you to buy that particular
No,
set?
this is all him. This
All
is all him.
him?
I told him we could get a larger Lego set, and that, by the way, that's a large one because
Okay.
they're insanely
Oh,
expensive.
I know they can
in
be
the world
prohibitively.
of toys. There are Legos and everything else because Legos are in a price structure that's silly.
They
And
own
I'm
that
sure
Well, I
Sure,
know
that's
that
the problem.
toy stores barely exist anymore, but if you're in a local Target, Lego has their own aisle now.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have an
that's where we
aisle.
went.
Yeah.
Damn.
We went to the Target. We went
Yeah.
to the Target because they've got more Lego pieces, and that was my that was a pretty nice little Saturday.
Do you?
what I
We should get you one that's really for you, like Patton. Like a General George S. Patton.
No, they go and they
Lego
put the
set.
age on the front. They put the age on the front. I hate giving them a commercial.
Can I
we
ask-
get Lego? Can we get Lego as a sponsor?
You know what? I'm right on it, Mike.
Thank you.
Peloton's a good option for adults. You know, they could build that.
Well,
Get
the
it
assembly
together.
is wonderful.
assembly.
With the Peloton.
They actually put it together.
Did you put your Peloton together?
No, Mike. I would love to get a Peloton. There is no room in my house for a Peloton. I live in
Okay.
888 square feet. That's not good. I mean, I barely have a
believe
couch.
me,
Jesus.
as someone who's subtracted
Yes,
exercise
yes.
equipment. And by the way, with the new business, Mr. O'Mara is getting the
Sure.
need space. We need space.
Yeah.
We need space.
Revenue's
You know,
important as well, Mike.
Exactly.
Revenue's important as well, Oscar. And also, if you look at markets, you
Yes.
know, it's not like the houses aren't selling down here.
No,
but
no,
they say
no.
it's a buyer's market.
Yeah, supply and demand.
We'll see what
Right,
happens.
tappable income.
Do you feel like? Okay, and I want you to be as honest as possible here. If
I
you weren't
doubt
into if you weren't into the Legos,
Yeah.
and you bought this Lego set,
Right.
and I'm just projecting. I'm fast forwarding 10 years. God willing, I have a kid, and he's Michael's age.
We talked about you this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Carl and I had a long talk about you and kids and everything.
Oh, wow. I hope it was positive and not negative.
It was positive.
Oh,
It was
good.
very positive.
Perfect. So I said,
About the beatings?
I said, I would
No,
be
that he should have one.
if I came home and I saw the Lego set that I purchased for X amount of dollars not done within a week's time, I would think that I would, and it was just like like it was no interest, and kids forget about things in 2 days, so it doesn't matter. I get
There
that.
would
I
be
get that.
there would never be a purchase of a Lego set.
Okay.
If that was the case.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
would absolutely be the Lego. Let me explain the Lego set. With when I buy him a Lego set, it is not. It becomes because the plan was Saturday morning, nice little Saturday, pretty lovely. It was lovely.
Bed
we
Bath
went
and
out.
Beyond?
We went out. Let me see what the drill was. The drill was
Orthotics.
Get gas in the car.
All right.
Go to the Target, get his Lego set.
You know how to
Then
party.
then to the Good Feet store.
Good Feet.
He loves his Saturday like anybody else loves his Saturday. And what he likes is he likes to know what the agenda is.
Oh.
And he doesn't want anybody effing with the agenda.
planner.
So he says to me, he said, Dad, now are we going right back home after the Good Feet store? And then Mama called and said, how about we meet for lunch? And then I said, yeah. And I didn't tell him. And it's not that he pitched a fit because he knew he had that expensive Lego set,
yeah.
but he likes routine. My point being,
He's
when
like
he
a
gets his-
70-year-old man.
Yes, he is. When he gets his Lego set, he wants it
To go build it.
He's,
He wants to go
because
build
that-
it.
Because that he's over the threshold of the door, and that's being torn open. And then the only thing he requires, sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't, depending on the age group. Dad, will you help me put it
Oh,
together?
that's sweet.
And
Where do you set up to put it together?
dining room table?
That's an excellent idea. Good.
That's the dining room table. There's really no other usable space if you consider our breakfast nook. Which let me see. Let me describe the size of our breakfast table. All right, the size of our breakfast table. Is anybody familiar with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yes, of course.
If you went into an Oompa Loompa cave and wanted to see where they have a round table to play cards,
Yes.
that's the size of our
Tiny
that's
little
our breakfast
Oompa
table.
cards.
Tiny, teeny, tiny. They call it a breakfast nook. Well, F them.
Well, you know what a nook
Really.
is? Nook is vague. Nook
Yeah,
can be
it's-
anything.
Yeah,
can't
I
be
bump
anything.
into things a lot in my house. I'm not kidding you. I bump, and it's not like we have clutter. I just bump into things because it's small. That's it.
I know it's small, Arthur.
Yeah. By the way, we had another one of our golfing compatriots went down in his garage, our small little garage.
Oh no!
Yeah. Had one of
Charging
those
cable got him?
One of those fancy floors and had some water on it. Down.
Oh,
you know,
slippage.
down for the
Yeah.
yeah.
Hip
Gotta
injury
check on
or-
him. Yeah. Back. Always the back.
always the
You always
back.
go down on your coccyx, Oscar. You always go down on the coccyx. That's what it was. So the answer to your question is there's never been a Lego set that has come into
Okay.
this house that has not been put together probably within the day.
That's great.
And
Damn.
and you know, I keep hearing that's what I don't know why I hear things, but I hear things. I don't know what it is. Like I'm hearing a sound. Anyway, getting back to that.
Yes.
What it is with Legos.
Probably a neighbor falling down in the distance.
You read me. It's
You're like
hold
Batman.
on. Hey, wait. Put your ear up to the window. There we go. There it is.
It's
There
faint.
fine.
because it's
Every
so far
time a
away.
bell rings, a neighbor gets a cast.
When are you going to shave your head? It really looks like somebody put pepper on your head.
You don't like it, do you?
It does.
You
It
see,
looks
that-
it looks so like bad. It looks ill.
Thank you.
Looks like you're ill. I'm sorry. Look,
Hey.
lean down so people can see that.
How's your hair? It looks real bad.
Well, it's not hair.
Well, he said he's growing it out so he gets a clean shave.
Yeah, it'll be one day this week. But
Can
until
I ask
then,
you a question? So, are you worried about what scabbing or something like that? If
no.
you
It's that the initial you can usually
if you
maintain.
shave it, it's going to be shaved.
No,
right?
but if you can maintain a proper head shaving easily, but you have to start at square one. And because there are, I'm not a younger man anymore, and there are crevices and
that's
folds.
the ugly part.
And that's what, I
you
can't
have
do
a
that.
fold on the back. Rob has another smiling face in the back of his
Yeah,
head.
almost
We've
like
documented it.
Do you ever see the original Siamese twins, Chang and Eng? You see them usually in books about like Ripley's. That's like me. I have my front. I'd like to think that my fourth.
Is that the part that the razor gets hung up on?
Yeah,
a
and you
little
have to be
bit?
very careful. And you can't see back there because it's the back of your head.
Yeah, you
So
should
you-
have a professional.
Yeah,
do it.
professional.
Yes,
maybe
Mary
some
will
work
do
or
it.
something.
Mary at the Mary's barbershop.
Mary,
Yeah, and her name is Mary, like my name is Mary.
really?
Yeah, I don't think that was probably the name given to her in her native country.
Got it.
Okay, all right, we get what you're saying. I
But she's
understand.
Mike. She's the quill.
She's the what?
The quill, the very best.
The quill?
Yeah,
What
I've
is
never
the
heard
quill?
the
I don't know
term
what this
quill
is.
That's a
before.
1930s expression that
Oh,
I
okay.
enjoy, meaning that it's just primo, wonderful. The quill, the very best.
Sounds.
She gets all the
why-
fo-
why
she gets
does
all
it
the
sound
folds.
sexual?
Is that where Mary's from?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, I get it. Okay. I
Always the
understand.
same
Hey.
question.
So,
You work today?
could you explain again for everybody at home why the hair helps the shave?
No, that's not right. What do you mean?
That you say you're growing out your hair.
Because I could right now go home, use my clippers, get a reasonably close job,
Yes.
and then shave it, and it would look 80% right. But the back is a little bit, it's a little
Can
bit
we see the
troublesome.
back? Can I see
Sure.
the back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you're talking about the bottom of the back. Yeah, your neck hair. I see that.
It's like the San Andreas
yeah,
fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's ladies and gentlemen, a topographic map of Oscar's backyard.
So, I wish.
It's a
And,
trench.
and the
I
thing
wish.
is you have to to get
Your
it.
hair grows in your trench really thick.
Well, I think
That's the
I
thickest hair.
Yeah.
Mike, I like, first of all, that you've called it a trench, and now that's just what it's called. But the fact is the trench, if you think about the nature of the trench and the fold, the hair isn't not thicker, it's just doubled because it's
Right.
folded in.
Spiwak Trench.
The Spiwak Trench, the ST.
You know, it's only 1,000 people that are going to see you for 2 nights. I wouldn't sweat it that much. I mean,
Well, and also it's not like I have my back to the audience. I'm not Jim Morrison. But
Right,
you know
exactly.
what? I know. And Mike, in this business, the show business,
It's all
this
about
business of show,
confidence.
I want to know that I'm presenting the best me that I am.
Oh, really?
I know, and I'm going to go buy some dress-up clothes too.
Yeah.
I am. Although I don't like to. I'd really like to just wear a sack. You know,
Yeah.
just go out there and wear a giant sack.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it'll be fun. It'll be fine. It'll be okay.
Well, think about it. Dark. Let's go with dark colors. It's where I think we're all going to decide
Yes.
on that, right?
I am actually going the opposite way.
Oh,
I'll
you
be
are?
wearing. I'll be wearing beige.
Nice.
Beige leaves a nice silhouette, Mike.
I want to see
I'll
you,
be
Mike,
wearing beige.
if possible, dress like John
I'll be
Hughes.
wearing a Charles Lawton, like in the middle of the Sahara outfit.
I had the same vision. I was thinking John Huston in Chinatown.
Right, fat guy, fat guy suits,
Yeah.
or James Coco, who wore white.
Yes,
a white suit
he did.
occasionally.
James
yeah.
Coco featured in the movie Murder by
Where
Death.
do you go to buy your clothing? Do you get it mostly online?
Mostly online, yes. There is
All right. What's the website? What's it called?
Melons.com.
No, I
Thornton Mellon is exactly where I was going too. Hey, if you want to be thin, you hang around fat people. Oh,
usually I go through one of the big general websites and it directs me to some place.
Oh, okay.
So I don't care to
that's
mention.
boy. Thank you for that. Let me get my pen out and write that.
Well, Mike,
specificity
I've got
down.
I've
That's
got
Not
beautiful.
helping people out.
I've
here.
got a relationship with this website that I don't care to mention it.
Oh,
but it's a big
really?
one. It's a
Could
big
you
one.
text? Could you text it to me if I kept it private?
Well, I will tell you this, Mike. It is one that we used to partner with and we don't anymore.
Oh, okay. I
really?
gotcha, I gotcha.
Okay. All right. So you
Fair
don't want to
enough,
give
fair
a free
enough.
ad? I
Right.
get that. All right.
And then
You'll
they'll
tell
put me.
later.
Usually, you know what the best place is? Like formal supply factories and big companies in New York City. There's a couple. I can't think of them offhand.
Really?
But they will like
Well, you
almost
do
like
tuxes.
wholesalers.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, yeah. But I've got my coat. It's just not exactly show ready yet.
What does that mean?
That means I got to get it let out. I thought.
Oh, you have to have your shirt.
I
coat
thought
let
I
out?
was roughly the same size as I was
Mm-hmm.
last year, and I bought a new coat for Vegas last year that I'm still in love with. I'm going to accessorize it differently, but I love the coat, and I
Such a
put it
queen.
on today, and it
Look at
buttoned,
Dandy.
Yes.
but just needs a
Yeah.
little more. Like I
Okay.
think an inch would do it, but I'll probably get.
How
two.
about the arms? Do the arms feel? Is
Mike,
there room in the shoulders?
amazingly, my weight does not change the length of my arms.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the back fat.
No.
Is there any back fat?
No, it's truly a circumference issue.
I haven't.
You know,
I am
it's
not,
funny.
I am telling the truth here.
Yes?
That I have not worn a sport jacket or a suit coat in months.
My God.
Since I got down here, I don't have any reason to. I never do. Oscar wears a sport coat every
Every day.
single day.
Yeah, a
and
little
that keeps
tiny
it-
Ken
Yeah.
Mattel.
Now
sport
I'm very
jacket.
aware. I'm very aware of how I look in a golf shirt and how
Sure,
I,
well, that's
I look
every
in
day.
golf shorts, and that has been a constant. I haven't gotten into a larger size of that, thank God.
Well,
but but
My
I'm very aware of
shoulders,
that.
my
I
arms
always-
are fine. It's truly just the circumference of the jacket, and as you know, Mike, circumference is determined by pi, as is the problem of needing the bigger jacket.
Okay. I
Also a problem
I
with
get
pi.
How about you, Oscar? Are you?
So on my end,
in the right clothes for this?
I would be
particular-
lying. I would be lying if it wasn't on the top of my, like, it really is top of mind, because for me, this suit,
Yes.
and this is, I think this is something everybody goes through as they get older. They're like, oh, I don't need to get a different size. I'm the same size I was when I was 37.
Sure.
right.
Right.
So it's a constant battle, but it's a good reminder for anybody that's trying to keep in shape when you put the jacket on.
You
if
have a
it's-
daily reminder.
It's a daily reminder if I'm going to make it with the suit I have or not make it with the suit I have.
Because I haven't touched the dinner jacket since when was the art auction? Was that February?
Yes.
That was the last time I touched
Yeah.
it. So that's
7 months?
9 months.
9 months.
9 months ago. And so if I only put on a coat every 9 months.
He doesn't have to worry. He walks out and he's a Rolex watch sitting in between two piles of elephant
You
shit.
mean
Okay?
my fat friends make me look good?
Yes. I mean,
You
you're
hang
double
out
the
with
trouble.
fat
You
people.
hang out with fat people. I swear to God. You're going to look like John Waters no matter what the F you wear. You'll be fine. You'll be a waif. You'll just be a little waif, you know? It's going to be Bill Maher in the middle and then Tubby and Boots on the either side.
The one thing I was hoping, if anyone works in the airline department, airline industry could help me, I'd like an extender because I want to wear Robert's Gucci belt, but I need
That is
I got it. I got the solution.
Oh, what's that?
Bracelet. There you go.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
I'll tell you, I had a tough day today. This daylight savings time is always hardest on me, it seems like. Although I did get some serious farming done today, thanks to... You know, whatever time we save for daylight savings time, for me, is offset by the 45 minutes it takes me to figure out how to reset the clock on the microwave. I'm not a fan of daylight saving. I don't condone jumping ahead in time in any form unless it involves a DeLorean, stolen plutonium, and a soundtrack by Huey Lewis.
I am confounded by people who are confused by daylight savings time.
Emo?
It's an hour. That's all it is. It's an hour. Twice a year, it's an hour. You make the adjustment. You can't get thrown out of whack by that. But you hear people say things like, I'm sorry, I'm all screwed up because of daylight savings time. If you find yourself saying that, you might as well just say, I'm not good at talking, so I just let my mouth open up and let things fall out of it. Because I don't with words. It's an hour. It's an hour. You didn't just get off a plane from Australia. It's an hour. Oh, what's happening? What strange world is this? Is this milk still good? What do I... Who's the president now? Is that an electric car? What's... Do I have a big bushy beard? What's that?
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
We are live from the Podcast Village studios, now with two fine locations in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. Glad to have you with us. All the way from Short Pump, Virginia.
Short.
Everybody in Short Pump wears women's shoes and is short.
Everybody?
Everybody. Galena, Illinois, Red Lion, Pennsylvania. Don't even ask me what their native animal is. All right? All I know is if you hear and you're out there for a morning walk in Red Lion, run for your lives, okay?
Yeah.
Because you'll see a giant beast that looks like Carrot Top.
Oh, I thought he was a communist.
Yeah, that's right. Overland Park, Kansas. We love Kansas. Frisco, Colorado, Kilkenny Island, the Mike O'Mara Show on now and brought to you by No Emmy. Yes, Rob Spiewak.
I want to just toss out, that was not Emo Phillips. That's a comic named Paul F. Tompkins. And
Paul F. Tompkins.
He's a little under the radar, but if you seek him out, I think he's the funniest man working now.
Oh, wow.
I love Paul F. Tompkins. So there you go. That's it.
No Emmy is our new sponsor. Shopping for fine jewelry can be overwhelming, especially considering the fact that most fine jewelry retailers mark up prices by 500 to 1,000%. If you didn't know that, you just heard it here.
Yes.
That's a fact, Jack. No Emmy believes that luxury jewelry doesn't have to be overpriced. They cut out the middleman to deliver exceptional products without the exorbitant markup. They use reclaimed 18-karat gold, and you can choose from certified natural conflict-free stones or lab-created diamonds of uncompromising quality. Finally, a customer service company that just happens to sell jewelry. I love their website. Easy to navigate, and the prices cannot be beat. No Emmy offers a lifetime warranty and free shipping and on returns on every product, including engravings and custom designs. If you're looking for the finest quality jewelry from a luxury brand you can trust, look no further than No Emmy. Go to hellonoemmy.com/TMOS to see their collections and get $50 off your first purchase with promo code TMOS. That's an even better deal after spending a fraction of what you'd pay for other luxury brands. Just go to hellonoemmy.com/TMOS. HELLONOEMIE.com/TMOS. And don't forget to use promo code TMOS for $50 off your first purchase. Thank you very much. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I know the comedians made a joke about it, but I feel like I did when I used to do the morning show. Falling Back rocks for me.
It's definitely the better of the two.
I always feel a new lease on life in the morning, and then as the day gets later, I get a little more.
I think,
and you feel out of it. It's better for me.
Have you felt this way your entire career?
Yeah, I felt this way when I'm up in the morning, and back when I was doing the regular 9 a.m. start, and the little man wasn't in school and all that. We weren't getting up at 5:30 every morning. Now that we're getting up at 5:30, it is a big difference for me to fall back as opposed to spring forward.
See, no one has ever taken my advice, which is to fall back and spring back. So every 12 years, you get another day.
A full day.
A full day. Think of what it means.
Exciting.
Yes.
It would be very, very exciting. No, I felt great Sunday all day until until probably about 2 in the afternoon. Right in the middle of the football game, I'm just going.
If I'm wrong, and I'm sorry for cutting you off, I remember visiting my sister in Florida enough times during this time of year, especially for the holidays.
Sure.
That you get more light than we do up here. That's just science, right? The equator.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be darker earlier in Maine than it is going to be down here.
Okay.
In Florida,
so if that's the case,
same amount of light, it just goes later. Right?
No,
I'm not sure. All I remember was going to Maine in December a few years back, and one of the things I noticed was how. Look it up right now. Look at sunset in Maine. Look at sunset in Hancock, Maine, and sunset in Estero, Florida. Take a look at it.
So for me, I just remember feeling that, and I remember saying to Luca, I was like, "Man, you guys, it's like 5 o'clock, and it's usually 5:30. It's dark here in DC."
Right.
I was like, and we're still out playing basketball under there's sun. There's actually there's a haze, but it's not dark.
Right.
And I sat there and I was like, this is why it impacts us so much in the Northeast because it's dark when you leave home. It's dark when you go home.
Yep.
It's just depressing.
Yeah, and in the more dramatic areas, of course, you're getting the more extreme. We get more sun down here. That's why it's warmer. That's just.
You also get hurricanes.
Have you found the
though.
start times, the sunset and sunrise?
I found a chart.
Speed demon.
I found a chart and I'm working.
Somebody
on it.
help in the control room, please.
Oh,
Two people is better.
That'll
than
help.
Sunrise and sunset.
Yeah, and for me, it really feels like if that's the case, then that's another plus point for Florida.
Yeah, it is absolutely.
I really had not thought about that until you just said something. I was like, that's right. The days felt like more normal in Florida than they ever did in DC.
Right.
Pony, what do you got?
6:39 a.m. is the sunrise in Florida.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Now I will give you the sunrise in.
I've got 6:22 for Maine.
Okay.
Okay. So they've got.
Oh, you got what? 6:39, 6:22, maybe
17 minutes.
17 minutes.
Sunrise in Maine is 7:43. Pony.
7:40.
But thank you for your effort.
Oh,
I
was it
appreciate
so that would be an hour and four.
So let me
An
do.
hour
Let me
four,
do
yeah.
Sunset Hancock. Sunset.
Let's split the difference. Say it's like 30
Well, I mean,
30 minutes.
even if it's an hour.
I'm removing this from Tweedle and Tweedle.
Oh, we're here. Yeah,
just for
Mike,
a
it's
second.
back
You
to-
guys don't worry about doing it anymore.
We'll pad in our.
I'm gonna do
minds
sun.
here.
All right, so I got 40 something, about an hour difference between.
Okay, yeah.
Sunset Estero is let me see, 5:43 p.m.
Okay.
All right, and Hancock.
Maine.
All right,
Sunset.
Hancock is 5:34.
So it is
it's
a
the same. It's the same sunset, right?
Same sunset.
Roughly, yeah, but there is an hour difference. I did not realize that.
So the hour difference is in the morning, but I think that changes as time goes on because sunset in Hancock. Oh, that's Hancock, Michigan. Sorry.
Oh,
but that's still up north.
Yeah, but central.
Yeah.
So that
All right,
would
sunset
account for
in
the hour.
Hancock, Maine is 4:18 p.m.
Oh wow! So it's over 2 hours.
Yes.
Difference.
4:18.
Science.
And hold on.
It's closer to 2.5 hours.
Damn.
Science, Mr. White.
Daniel.
Sunset in Estero is 5:43.
Yep. So what you've got is about almost 2.5 hours of difference.
Let's just take that halfway down.
Is anybody writing this down?
Yeah,
got it, yeah.
Rob's got it.
Sunrise in Estero, Florida is 6:39 a.m.
And sunset
Sunrise.
5:43.
Right. Sunrise in Hancock.
Okay, here we go. So Google machine. Letting us know. Machine.
A lot of Broadway music on the show today.
That's how we roll, man.
That is.
It's Broadway Monday.
It's with Broadway Oscar.
Yeah, Broadway Oscar.
6:16 a.m. is sunrise in Hancock, Maine.
Okay. To
refresh.
And then 4:18 is sunset, right?
I asked you to write it down.
I did, yeah.
Just went through
He's got it all
four.
written down.
I've got it all written down.
Yeah.
So what you've got is
You wonder why we have problems sometimes with this show?
Okay.
I swear to God. I mean, really. I mean,
He wrote it down.
Mike. I've got
He wrote
it
down.
written. It's written down right
What
here.
do you have?
Why
We
did you ask me?
Just as a reset for the audience.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay, so we've got 23 extra minutes in Maine. It's an earlier sunset in Maine. So you have 23 extra, but the day is shorter by 90 minutes. So it's really, you get a full hour more daylight in Florida.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I.
And I had no idea the
side.
side-
And then if you go further, like to Alaska,
Yeah.
obviously that's why you
North
have
to
the
Alaska.
30 Days of Night.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes. Mhm.
Which great movie, by the way. With John Huston's son. who
And we
goes,
did that when,
Oh God!
and we saw that also. Remember in Iceland, it never got dark when we were there.
When we were in June.
Yeah,
We were
it
there in
was.
June.
It was like it would get like a little dim,
Yeah.
and then it started getting bright again.
You remember when you guys came up to Maine and we had sunrise at between 2 and 3 in the morning?
I have vague memories of it.
I mean, it's absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
To have the sun come up that early because your body
Oh, I
clock
bet.
gets
Your
all
body
out
can't
of
adjust.
But
whack.
also, I guess you also can, for the majority of our listening audience, it's not on the West Coast. You can understand why people would hate it so much even if they're early birds.
Would they hate falling back or springing forward? I'm
Falling
I'm
back,
always
if it,
confused by
well, at least for me, I would say, it's dark in the morning, it's dark at night. Like when you go home, when you wake up to go to work, like it's just darkness. You live in darkness.
I can only make it a relatable on one possible thing. When I fall back, I can once again see Frankie's shit in the grass.
Oh, that's nice.
To pick it up with a plastic bag. That's it. That's the only. Welcome to my world.
The affectation up here in D.C. is until we get into the more duller, wintry days, sunshine delays from coming into work are insane because
That's
people
the only. But that's so I know they get it everywhere, but it's such a DC thing.
It's like
such
there's a
D-
fabric-covered piece of cardboard at the top of your car.
called a visor.
Flip it down.
Yeah, I've never understood. Sunrise delay.
No traffic at all, except
Right.
everyone on a 65-mile-an-hour road is going 20.
Are you
Stop
familiar in the movie? Speaking of driving, are you familiar in the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where
Yes.
where the father gets behind the lady whose hands are up on the steering wheel and she's wearing a big bun and she's 130 years old? They're all down here now. They actually are down there. A lady
Like those are what we call sunset delays because they are in the sunset of their lives.
I drive to my son's school, and there is a 4-lane road. There is a left-hand turn lane, and there are 2 middle lanes, and then there is a right-hand turn lane. And this lady is in the second lane from the far left. And with maybe 100 feet to go, she determines she has to go right.
Oh.
And she cuts across in her Cadillac assisted living machine. And if these people had not crushed their brakes, she would have taken out not 2 but 3 automobiles. And then she is on her merry way. And when you look at them, because I had the rocket ship, and
Yeah.
I just had
Yeah,
to
I
get
got
a look.
eyeballs.
Yeah.
And by the way, here's the weird thing. She's going like 30 miles an hour. And then she senses, oh, Mike wants to look at me, eh? And she just, because it's a straight line and their elderly foot just crushes the, when I got next to her, it was, she's looking straight ahead. She appears to be maybe mid-70s. She's not all that badly preserved, and she is looking. She is holding the steering wheel like she's attempting to kill a chicken with her bare hands.
Oh.
It's just like
No.
A friend of my grandfather's used to say that at a certain age, older women drivers only drive 45 miles an hour. It could be on
Right.
the Beltway, it could be in
Right.
your driveway, but it's always 45 miles an hour. So
Right.
it's just
You
never
talk
on
about
a
Broadway music. The
Yeah.
music of my Southwest Florida right now
Yes.
is every day, 9 hours a day. emergency vehicles. They are flying around town. They're flying around town.
It's their high season.
You get Luke Bryan in his F-150, and then you get Claire in her MKC, and
she didn't use her turn signal. I hit her by accident.
There's a magnetic force that causes these cars to collide.
And while that is sad, Mike, it is a great time to be in the ambulance business.
Oh, it sure is.
It's the golden era.
Is. Yeah. 2 words down here for the next 6 months: heightened vigilance. There we go. And I'm out there. We got to take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about a little wine tour that Oscar and our friend Tomo went out to. Todd Moore. Jesus. That's what I'll say every time I say his name now. Todd Moore. Jesus. We'll come back with Oscar and wine right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
The time is almost here for a 10th anniversary celebration.
TMOS Live 2019.
Get ready for a jam-packed weekend filled with all the sights and sounds of Las Vegas with gambling, karaoke, the food, the fun, and pancakes.
Pancakes? Hey, Jimmy, are you forgetting something?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Thanks, Rob. The main event, the TMOS 10th Anniversary Spectacular, Friday, November 15th and Saturday, November 16th in the Council Chambers Theater at the Zappos Corporate Center.
Attaboy, thank you.
Find out the latest on all the events at the TMOS Live 2019 page on Facebook.
Hey, call the neighbors and wake the kids. You don't want to miss this.
TMOS Live 2019. Sin City will never be the same.
We will see you there. Could I get another beer, please?
Jimmy. You call him like Bobby De Niro. That's like Jim Amato is now Jimmy.
He sent me the lines as he wanted them read. I had no idea how
Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Hey,
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, pop on over to the frontier. We'll have a whiskey and water. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Brought to you by Quick, Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy.
What actually makes a better toothbrush? Industrial strength power? Space-age polymers? Multiple modes? Nope. If you ask your dentist, they'll tell you it's less about the brush and more about how you use it. That's why you need Quip.
Yes.
Quip, the electric toothbrush or toothbrush. You'll be couth when you have an electric toothbrush.
Ooh, there you go.
Designed to focus on what actually matters for your oral health, healthier habits. Quip's sensitive vibrations and built-in timer ensure that you brush for the dentist recommended 2 minutes, resulting in an even clean. Also, Quip automatically delivers brush heads to you every 3 months for clean new bristles right on schedule. It's simple to use, comes with a travel cap that doubles as a mirror mount. Quip starts at just $25 and you'll get your first refill free at getquip.com/TMOS. This is a simple way to support our show and start brushing better. We love Quip, but you have to go to GetQuip, GetQuip.com/TMOS to get your first refill free. Go right now to getquip.com/TMOS, and we appreciate that. All right, so Tomo,
Yes.
I constantly ask him to come on the show. He never decides. He's constantly putting his just right wing.
I wouldn't know, Mike, because I've muted him.
Maniacal.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, he's out there.
He's
out
there.
of control.
He's on the prowl.
He's opinionated. I know this.
He's completely out of control. He's daft.
Daft Punk.
I want one cocktail hour with Tomo. Is Tomo coming to Vegas?
I am not 100% sure.
That's a no.
Yes.
What a bummer.
It might not be a no. It might not be a no.
It's a no. You'd know by now
Like,
if he was
honestly,
coming with you.
the last time I talked to him, he's like, "Oh, can you get me tickets?" Because we were sold out. I said, "Of course, I can get you tickets." Like I put.
Well, that's what I tell my
aside.
friends. But I got those friends that say, "Yeah, I'll get you. I'll put you on a list," but I know they're not.
Yeah,
gonna
but
come.
but Todd's the type of person that he's got his own business. He's done well. He can buy a ticket. He's not going to be worried about where he stays and figures that out on his own.
Hire a jet.
Be
out there in no
I like
time at all.
Todd to come, even though we disagree on things. I love to argue with him.
Would you allow him backstage access?
Yes.
Wow.
It was not.
Tomo gets a pass.
It was not top of mind when we were out and about because I figured he was coming regardless. But that was
okay.
It. That was
tell him I want him to come.
Yeah, I'll let him know. He's probably listening right now. Who knows?
Tomo, come to Vegas. It wouldn't be the same without you. I like Vegas with you, and that not even with doing the show. We've been to Vegas a bunch of times together. Went to CES, and I miss you, buddy. I really would love to see you. I'd love to have you come out. I really would. So
From Mike O'Mara himself.
That's right.
I don't know why Every rule says I should not like Todd Moore at all.
You tried and you couldn't. I had the same relationship for years with Zoolander. I tried desperately to dislike him.
Right.
And I could not, so I just gave in.
Yeah. He's a little
I saw
weasel,
a picture
but I like
of
him.
Zoo
I really like him.
and on a bus with Jimmy Cerrito.
Yeah, I meant to tell you guys this.
That's right. They went to the Buffalo game, right?
I got a FaceTime Friday night, which is odd. I don't have friends, so my phone gives that. It's an odd ring for FaceTime.
Yeah, it's usually
different,
family or something else.
And so I pick it up, and I can't hear anything, but all I see is Zoolander's face, and it has that light that you know he's in the back of either a party bus or a limo.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Looks
there's
like a party bus.
chaser lights around him.
Yes.
And I can't hear him. It's just like,
Oh,
Rob,
I got to say this. I almost forgot. I got the sweetest note from Ranique over the weekend.
Oh,
and
good.
I wanted to pass that along, and you won't believe what he said to me. He didn't.
I was like, what?
I'm just making.
Oh, you got nothing?
I'm making that up.
Mike.
And then
we're all excited for
he was
a
on a
happy
thread
ending.
talking about what he was on a thread talking about what an asshole.
Oh, yeah. Double down, triple down, triple down.
Yeah.
wow.
Moving on.
So
Thanks, Ronnie.
I got
He didn't know. He didn't call me an a-hole either. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I just saw a thread where he's like. Anyway,
How sensitive are the guys?
So
yeah.
we
aren't they oversensitive? Hey, what's the deal? Yeah. LOL.
So after I see Zoolander and can't hear him, the phone flips and I see Jimmy in a limo seat, but perfectly horizontal, almost like he's
laying
planking.
down?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he says, and him I can hear for some reason. Hey, Rob, I can't hear you. I wish you were here. And then the phone flips back to Zoo, and all I see is teeth. And then I don't know if this is considered bad form, but I just hung up.
Yeah.
I did.
Like,
You know,
I'm working. I don't have time for this.
Yeah, I'm here watching TV. I can't do this.
I
got my own drinks here.
That is funny.
So Tomo and you went on a little wine tour.
Well, this
over
is
the
what's
weekend.
great about having friends, Mike, is that once in a while your friends will plan something and they'll be insistent on you and your wife coming, even though you're like, oh, I just don't want, like, there's too much going on. Because think about what's happening right now with even our show alone. We've got the live show coming up in 2 weeks. We have to be in tip-top shape for.
Right.
We've got
go time.
Yeah, we've got a lot going on here at Podcast Village. The last thing you want to do is go on a wine tour on an effing Sunday, which is essentially a work day. After spending all day at work on a Saturday, you need a day. That being said, I do appreciate friends that they're like, we're doing this. Come along. Sometimes you got to twist people's arms for the greater good. Exactly. And Marissa did this, Todd's girlfriend. She said, we're going out with a couple other couples that we know. Let's just do this. And on Sunday when I woke up, I said, I can't believe we said yes to this. Not because of Tomo and Marissa, it's just because we had spent all day at work the day prior.
And also, people should know that are from around the country. For you to go to the wine country of Virginia from Washington, D.C., this is not across the street.
No, but it's also not backbreaking. And if you're listening at home, you're like, I wish I had somebody. Yes, I get it. I'm being petulant, and it's you have friends that care about you. That's something that's nice. It's a positive.
Yeah,
it's
fun.
a plus. Yes,
Yeah.
fun. You gotta have
Drinking
some fun.
wine
You gotta have some fun.
in the nice weather weekend.
Beautiful weather.
Beautiful weather. And beautiful for those. But I'm being honest with you, where it's like, man.
Yeah.
Just want to do nothing today because tomorrow and the rest of the week and next 2 weeks are big weeks. You got a lot going on.
Who can't relate to that? Who cannot relate to that? I get it.
You get so we get there. They're like, okay, we have to go meet this. I didn't realize this was they had bought into a service that we're going to spread the cost with four other couples.
8 people.
8 people. And maybe 9 plus 1. So not because one didn't come with a couple. It's just one just came
Widow?
along. Yeah, no, divorcee. Thank you, Rob, for highlighting that.
Widow.
A kindly old widow.
We get there and it's a premium
Sicily.
This is so good. It makes me wish. I wish Florenzo was here to see this.
A Sicilian widow, all in black. Hey, we got to take a break. You got to finish. You got to
with the
finish.
doily up front.
Give me a tease. We got a tease. For
Yes. Someone throughout the tour broke 3 glasses inside this limo Sprinter van. And that guy is an a-hole.
Drinking. Yes. I want to hear about that. I want to hear about wine, and I want to hear recommendations
of
your
course.
favorite places to go for people that come out and want to go.
I bet
on a
when he
wine
broke
tour.
that 3rd glass, I bet the widow cried.
Yes.
So sad.
Yeah, she's so sad. Yeah, She stained her veil.
Oh, my God.
We'll take a break and come back with the wine story right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Oh, my cousin Fabrizio's in town from the old country for the holidays. And he don't speak of the English so well. So I told him to subscribe to the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. It's an hour of uncensored entertainment so he can learn phrases like, it's your passport to the assport. So like cousin Fabrizio, head over to the MikeO'MaraShow.com, click on the bonus show banner. Now let's head back to our main man, Mike O'Mara.
Thank you, St. Paul. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
He knows the widow. Did you know that?
This segment of the program brought to you by one of my favorite products in the world, Liquid IV.
Yes.
I got so much Liquid IV in my house right now. I am well stocked. The fastest, most efficient way to stay hydrated. I love it. Just add a packet to your water and you are good to go. Liquid IV hydrates you 2 to 3 times faster and more efficiently than water alone. They got vitamins. Yeah, you want vitamins?
Yeah,
they got
I want
them. CB3, B5, B6, B12, Liquid IV, the fastest growing wellness brand. You can find it everywhere, even Costco. It's a healthy alternative to traditional sugary sports drinks. And I got the passion fruit and lemon lime coming out the wazoo in the O'Mara household.
Nice.
Non-GMO, vegan, and free of gluten, dairy, and soy. It can provide the same hydration as drinking 2 to 3 bottles of water. When you're out in the sun and the heat and the humidity every day like I am, you'll love it. I love Liquid IV. I know you will too. Right now, our listeners get 25% off at liquidiv.com when you use our code TMOS at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order on the Liquid IV website. Go to liquidiv.com and enter the promo code TMOS to get your savings and start getting better hydration. That's liquidiv.com, promo code TMOS. Don't wait. Start properly hydrating today. Didn't mean to interrupt you in the beginning of your story. I want to hear
please,
all about
please.
your little wine
So
tour with Tomo.
it was supposed to set up with 4 couples and a widow, or a divorcee, as Rob would say. And we get there, we realize there's only 3 couples, 6 people, and the divorcee, who's very.
Someone didn't show.
Hot.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Was the
she's attractive.
divorcee
She's
hot?
attractive. Yeah.
But a couple flaked on you.
So a couple flaked on us, but this is the real world. Oscar and Shannon and Todd and Marissa, they had babysitter issues. So if a couple who has kids can't get a babysitter for all day Sunday, they can't just leave them and roll, right?
Were the Moores and the Santanas understanding of that situation?
I was 100% understanding.
What about dogs, though?
Todd, I don't know if he understood what was going on. He was just like, oh, why wouldn't they just get a different sitter? And I'm like, I don't know how this works, Todd. But
It's hard, Tomo.
I don't know if he said that, but I felt like he felt that. He was more annoyed than anybody else.
I get it. Oh, God. Can't believe that.
What kind of trouble
my middle name is self-awareness.
No, he didn't
What
say
trouble would a
anything.
kid get into? Leave it alone.
Why can't they leave it at 5? Leave it at home.
Could they crate it?
No, he was not overbearing, or I guess disrespectful in that way. But this is what's great about being adults. Adults, they're like, oh, what does this mean for the team?
Right.
It means that everyone's going to pay more as a couple or individual.
Ho, ho, ho.
But
they flaked on the money and appearing?
Well, that's what I'm assuming. That's what's happening. But no one made a big deal out of it. Said, let's just have a good time, move on.
All right, stop for a second.
Yes.
So this is a package deal.
Yes.
Where you pay a flat fee that includes transportation.
A Sprinter limousine with drinks inside the actual, like what the Mercedes, I would say SUVs. Got lights. It's like a limo. It's like a limo bus.
And is your wine covered at the different locations?
It's part of this package. The
own?
wine tasting is part of
It's part of the package.
This is a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah.
Sounds lovely.
Do you have a central location meet up like around?
We met in Reston.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's nice.
So we all parked there. Certain people have DDs, and that's it. So we go, park, jump on, and I said, "Wow!" I was like, wasn't expecting anything like this. I thought we were just going to go drive from vineyard to vineyard, etc. And the last time I'd ever been on anything like this, it was similar to this process. So I was like, "Oh, I know these tastings and how they go."
Right.
What I didn't realize is
drinking Merlot.
when you get, and I have my favorite vineyard or winery that we visited, and I'll share that at the end of the first vineyard we go to. Was set up perfectly. You walk in, they know that the service that's bringing you out. You get preferential treatment. I guess you're paying for this. You don't have to wait in line for this. It's scheduled. Then they start serving you all the wines. And Mike, you have been to Napa Valley, right? I have not. I don't know. I don't know what that's like, and I'm sure our listeners have, especially on the West Coast. It's much easier to get to. Right. What is it like in Napa Valley when you go to a tasting?
It depends on the winery.
Okay, let's say your typical winery. Like, just say, what would you expect?
Well, I mean, the one in Virginia that I enjoyed was Toadswort.
Oh,
it was really the Toadswort, just a great Cabernet out there. No, I'm kidding. Toadswort. I'm sorry.
That is so truly disgusting the more you think about it.
We didn't go on a tour. We went on our own.
Oh, okay.
Because Carl and I didn't want to be captive to some limo going, so we decided we'd just head out and try a few glasses and go to 3 or 4 and then come back.
Honeymoon type of
so
vibe.
The best one was the first one at the Silver Oak Winery.
Oh.
And
I've heard
they
of
ended
that.
up. Oh, it's a very famous Cabernet. And they had a fire. So they were working out of a trailer, and that's where they were doing their tastings.
Oh, wow.
And the wine, I'll never forget it. We went in, and the tasting is normally like you would see in the movie Sideways, where they just splash a little in there.
Yeah.
They gave us a nice glass of wine. I remember how cool they
wow.
were. They were so laid back, and they'd been through this horrible fire situation. They were super, super accommodating, and we didn't realize until the end of the day. I said, Are you with me that we had actually been to the best winery and the nicest winery the very first stop? That's the way it went. We went to a bunch after that, and none of them ever lived up both in flavor or anything like that. If you like what you like, and then I find out when we get back, as the years go on especially, that this is a turbo popular
marquee
bottle of wine.
Yeah.
This stuff is really liquid gold, and it's really good stuff. So that's the way I remember it. And then I remember going to another place, Cake Bread. People have heard of Cake Bread Winery, right? Famous Chardonnay
keto.
for a long, long time. It's Cake Bread. Cake Bread. Funny. Jerry, Cake Bread, Paley, you got me with that.
Thank you.
And they weren't as good as I expected them to be. So that's kind of what I remember.
But
it's all about what you like.
When you were in Napa, which is, that's what they do out there, were any of them disappointing, or did they just not measure up to the first place? I'm
the
curious.
Indigo Stool was
That's funny.
Was pretty. It depends. They're all different.
I had the same experience. The first vineyard or winery we went to was the best. So we
How
had
far out did you go? Did you go as far as Balloon Knot Vineyards?
Oh, we're out in Aldi. We're like out there. We're out.
Balloon
there.
Knot closed.
And
You're in Olney.
Aldi.
Oh, Aldi.
Yes.
ALDIE.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, sir.
All right. Very good.
So we're there.
Not the German grocery store, though. This is a town.
A town, if you explain for people outside, it's past what?
It's way out. I mean, this is the very edge of what would be considered the proper Washington D.C. suburbs. If you get to Aldi, you're almost closer to your anchor cities being like Frederick, Maryland. Yeah, you're way out.
Or
in
you
the
can go to
country.
West Virginia. If you go over the line, you can go to Tickle Piss, which is pretty good.
Yeah. They are good. Yeah.
They have an amazing blend.
So, you've got
a blend.
Yeah.
Like you've got a driver and the hostess that's taking us from vineyard to vineyard,
right?
And everybody's having a good time. But I could tell that everyone that had something to do the next day was just taking it easy. You take a sip of the tasting, and if you weren't into the wine, you just pour it into whatever
like
container.
a crock.
Yeah,
it's
a crock. Yes.
And Mike, you've spoke to this before. Especially if you work early on a Monday. Right. Sundays are not really days off.
Don't care for it.
Right.
Don't care for it at all. But if they were going out to Tickle Piss to have the blend of the Cobb Franc and the Cranapple, I love that.
So
that is,
Todd looks at me and he's by the time I get to the second vineyard, he's like, "Are you not drinking?" And I said, No. I got a lot going on this week. It's too much going on. I can't get blacked out today. And he's like, "You're not drinking?" And I was like, "No, I'm adulting. I'm an adult. I'm an adult today. I'm trying to be an adult today. Like I can't handle a hangover on a Monday."
Is Todd getting pretty baked at this point?
Well, Todd owns his own company. He can do what he wants. But he's doing what I would have done on a Saturday, which is drink the entire glass of the taste and move on with life. Right?
Right. What's the matter with you? Drink it. It's Sunday. We're going to Tickle Piss.
So much so that the hostess says to me, "Oh, I see that you're being you have the most responsible. I'm going to make you point person because sometimes she said people get lost as they're walking around the vineyard. So I was like,
boy.
Responsibility.
Wandering.
It's like wrangling kittens, especially people who are drunk. I imagine.
I thought we were
happens.
over the D.C. County line. What's going on? What's going on?
It's crazy because all these grapes are growing in a row. I'm just following the row.
And nobody was that happy. But there are degrees of if you have a driver, you should be drinking and having a good time.
Sure.
And I said to Todd, I was like, all right, man. I was like, just trying to, keep it together.
Right.
In between, we had 3 vineyards we visited. And between
were they all on the Route 15 corridor?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
I know what you mean.
The second one was 10 minutes from there. And,
Okay.
and the first one is what I cared for, and I'll just give it to you
Try
now.
the pubic Syrah.
And the wines did get, I guess, for my palate, worse. And I was like, I guess to give you the best one at the beginning. And I sat there and I was like, okay. And I'm getting on the van in between the second and final stop. Right. And I say to our hostess, I was like, this is a pretty decent crew. Like, you got a couple parents, Todd might be a little buzzed, but no one's getting like S-faced.
Right.
And she goes, yeah, because you guys are pretty tame. Like, this is nice for a Sunday. Sometimes Sundays can be a little crazy.
Right.
And I said, I think we are. Get on the bus or the limo bus, and I'm sitting there. We're talking. I have a jacket on because it's chilly up here, Mike.
Right.
And I have my arm around an armrest, which has a stereo, a bottle of champagne. I would say 8 champagne glasses, and then a bunch of rocks glasses if you're going to make mixed drinks, like whatever you want.
It. Yeah. Right.
And I'm like, I was like, we just got a nice compliment from the hostess. She said, you got we're adulting, like we're keeping it together, and we're not making too much work for the team.
Right.
And as I say that, you wouldn't believe Todd's looking at me. Everyone's like, I was like, we're proud. We're growing up.
Right.
I pull my arm back and shatter 3 glasses in the actual thing. I'm the a-hole.
It was you.
I'm the a-hole.
Like dominoes.
Yes.
So great.
Yes.
And you've seen them because they have like little holders
Oh
for
my
them.
God.
Like, boom, boom, boom.
Mortifying. And I was sober enough to care because I'm like, this is a disaster. There are shards of glass everywhere. Because those things don't flake off like big glasses. They literally, it just becomes.
Yeah.
Hey, it could have been worse. You could have heard this sound, right?
Yeah.
You didn't hear? Nobody did that?
I think that's when they have you call an Uber back.
Sure. Yeah.
But there's a little camera in the back of this van so the driver can see what's going on in the back.
Right.
And I just can't wait for the JPEG to come out. Or the GIF to come out of me swinging my arm and completely party fouling this entire trip.
And you're the
for
most
everybody.
sober one in the entire limo.
I am the least fun. I'm Captain No Fun on a Sunday.
Last question.
Yes.
Would everybody on that trip agree that you were the least
100%.
The least drunk?
100%.
All right, very good.
Yeah, because they were like,
So-
what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? I'm just trying not to break 3 glasses sober this time around.
Have to keep my wits about me with all this broken glass.
Was the hostess in the car with you?
No, she was in the front. When they opened the van up, I was like, it was me. I'm so sorry. Whatever fine comes with this, put it on my side of the tab. Ooh. And by the way, Cuatro Goombas Winery was the favorite in our first stop. They also have beer, Mike. You can't go wrong.
Cuatro Goombas? I'm making up names. That's a real name?
That's a real name.
Cuatro Goombas?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Paulie Christine, come on down here.
You want a drink of that?
Hey,
Hey.
yeah. Look for the big banner. Cuatro Goombas. Yes, sir. So, how would you rate the day?
Oh, I thought it was a 3 for me personally, but for the entire team.
So you rated based on how many glasses you break?
Yes, but for the entire team, I thought we had for what was a Sunday. Man, I'm so lucky to have friends that want to do fun things, and they'll set it up and work it out.
You buy any
solid
wine? 10.
No, my wife did. Because she was actually drinking and having fun.
He did. He just had her do it.
Yeah.
The purchase was made. He just
was
didn't.
made. Yeah, he signed off on it.
Yeah. I did not.
Bottles make it home in one piece.
Yes, they
Todd,
did.
Todd, it's Mike O'Mara. Come to Vegas, please.
Yes,
I'm
please.
inviting
Come to
you.
Vegas.
All right,
Vegas.
Really. Come to Vegas. I'd
Vegas.
like to sit down and talk with you, and maybe we can record it. All right, we'll take a break and come back with news you may not need right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hello, this is Matt Bloom.
Yes!
You know, Pony Boy.
Excitement.
Hello.
We wanted to bring some sizzle to the mailbag.
Hello.
That's you.
So they brought me in, Mr. Excitement, to really get you guys riled up. If you want to get in on the red hot action, just send an email to rob@mikeomerashow.com. That's Rob with 2 B's. I hate mail. It's too slow. I crave action. So if you have a question or comment, send it along. And now, time for a nap.
Thank you. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Untuck It. With Halloween behind us, that means the holidays are almost here. Whoa!
Whoa!
And you know what that means? Gifts.
Oh, yes.
Fun. What better gift to give than a stylish shirt that fits just right? I gave my brother-in-law an Untuck It shirt. Unlike most brands, Untuck It shirts are actually designed to be worn untucked. Untuck It shirts always fall at that just right length, no matter who wears it. I gave it to him for a Christmas present. My brother-in-law Paul wore it up in Maine this summer, was still talking about it.
Nice.
I adore my Untuck It shirts. No, too lengthy, no too short.
What was that?
It's so good.
I'm sorry. It's okay. Every now and then. I adore my Untuck It shirts. Not too long, not too short, and the coolest design on the net.
This is so nice.
I love the material and the colors, and with more than 50 combinations, Untuck It shirts look great on tall, short, slim, and athletic guys of all ages. You can find your favorite Untuck It style online or check out one of their 80 brick and mortar stores. So whether you're shopping for the perfect holiday or you're trying to craft a smart, relaxed style of your own, Untuck It is the way to go. Visit untuckit.com and use the code TMOS for 20% off at checkout. That's UNTUCKIT.com and promo code TMOS, and do that for 20% off, people.
News.
Read much?
No too long.
No too long. That's the way. Maddie doesn't like it when I put the light where I'm supposed to be able to read. Maddie says the light gets bad. I need the light, Maddie.
Yeah, Maddie, why don't you just cool it? Let the man do his job.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Maddie, don't be a
Now
jerk.
I broke it.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. It's broken.
Maddie, see what you did.
No.
Right. Now I look like this. Hey, the creatures of the night. What beautiful music they make. Hello, man.
You know what's good about that lamp, Mike? No too bright.
I love
No
this
too
lamp. I love
dark.
lamp. I love lamp. Matthew McConaughey turns 50 today, but he wasn't out celebrating Friday on Friday night. He was cooking and delivering meals for first responders fighting the California wildfires.
Oh, wow.
Oh, good.
He teamed up with his beloved Wild Turkey and the disaster relief organization Operation Barbecue Relief to prepare 800 meals and deliver them to more than 20 fire stations. They also made another 800 meals for local homeless shelters. He said, quote, "Being able to provide meals to the men and women who put themselves on the line is an honor. We are grateful to be here today to say thank you, shine a light on their unwavering conviction, and hopefully inspire others to get involved and help in their own communities." And I feel guilty because we do not mention it enough. The people out there in Northern California, in Southern California, in the state of California that are
Our
suffering,
friends, yeah.
our thoughts are with you, because it's just horrible with those 70-mile-an-hour winds and the flames.
Recipe for disaster. It's horrifying.
Just terrible. So we're thinking of you, and we should mention it more often. My apologies for that. Jason Momoa had to fight a bear for his new Apple TV show, See. And even though you can do anything with CGI these days, they decided to use a real bear.
Oh, wow.
Hey. But before Jason could wrestle with the bear, it had to get his scent. So he fed it a cookie from his mouth. He posted a video on Instagram. It's kind of like, I saw the video. It's like you would do with a dog.
Right.
Well, then came PETA. Watch out for PETA. They're upset that the show is using a real bear instead of a computer animated one. They said, quote, "Momoa apparently doesn't realize that there's no behind-the-scenes justice for this exploited bear. Wild animals are often torn away from their mothers as infants and thrown into a life in which trainers frequently use cruel techniques such as food deprivation, beatings, electric shocks, and chaining to force them to perform. We hope he'll refuse to participate in stunts involving wild animals in the future." The best example of a CGI bear is that
Revenant
movie, The Revenant.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
I agree with
The
PETA.
mauling.
Yeah, and the worst
agree
one
with
is
PETA.
probably
Depends on the
Dancing
budget,
Bear from
Mike, you know.
Captain Kangaroo. That wasn't very
Dancing Bear.
was not realistic.
It's a long time ago. Yeah. Brad Pitt has worked with Quentin Tarantino twice now. I love this story. And at a special screening of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yesterday, he told an amusing story about the one rule Quentin is serious about on the set. Anyone? Anybody? I digress.
No underwear?
Nudity
No
required.
No cell phones.
Oh, smart.
Brad learned that while filming Inglourious Bastards. He said, quote, "You have to check your phone in." And one went off in between takes, and you would have thought someone went into the Sistine Chapel and pooped. Not only did production, this is what Tarantino does, not only did production come to a grinding halt and no one would cop to it, even though we knew the general area, Quentin sent us home for the rest of the day, and we had the afternoon off to think about what we had done.
Like kids.
Exactly.
Quentin was also at the screening. He admitted it was true, but said, quote, "I ask you for one thing, and if you have no more respect for me than that, then go home." That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
You're making a movie. You might get the great take of the movie that gets screwed up because somebody's phone's ringing.
Have either of you seen Once Upon a Time in America yet?
I have not seen it yet.
And it's not
Hollywood.
Hollywood. Forgive me. It's not available yet, right?
No.
Oh God, I can't wait to see it again. And I
Yeah,
hear
really.
there's
You
going to
loved
be
it.
an edit that's longer because that's the kind of. It was a long film that left you wanting more.
Okay.
So I
Wow.
can't wait for it to drop.
I want to see it. We gained an hour yesterday, but is that really a good thing? Here are the 4 ways the whole daylight saving system messes with our health. Screws with sleep patterns, causes more heart attacks, messes with your internal clock, causes more car crashes. It's still not clear if there is a similar effect when we fall back, but losing an hour or gaining an hour can throw you off and make you less alert. I felt better yesterday.
Yeah, I like it.
I attributed it but then I listened to that comedian and it makes me think it's ridiculous. Who knows? I don't
There are worse problems.
Yeah, really. You shouldn't waste your time carefully and perfectly wrapping every present with ribbons and bows. Just slap some newspaper or whatever on the present and call it a day. According to a new study, if you do a bad job wrapping your presents, the people you give them to will actually like them more.
Really?
Why? It all comes down to setting expectations. When something's wrapped nicely, it sets an expectation about the gift, and that has a pretty good chance of leading to the person being disappointed. But by phoning in your wrapping, the person is expecting garbage, so when the present isn't bad, they're surprised and excited. That is completely
sense.
logical.
Perfect sense.
Makes total sense.
Right.
I get it. I'm going to do that.
I
am
still
gonna do
hate gift bags.
Yeah, well, do you really? You are such an old lady. You really are.
No,
I
because
don't
you know
like it
what?
either.
You really care about gift
I
bags?
don't like
Yeah,
it.
because-
It screams lazy, and I've done it.
Yeah,
Like, it's the
and I
worst.
have too. And
I
also,
do it more often than I don't.
but
I
the thing
swear
is
to God.
that the missus will not throw a gift bag away, and
Right.
so there are times when I have to like go and just weed it out because I'll go into the garage and there'll be like 20 gift bags, and I hate it. It's just like, you know what? This is a waste of time and space. Let's get rid of gift bags. Not a
I
fan.
love things you hate sometimes. And now a little something. A couple from Germany was kicked off a cruise ship just one day into their 2-week Caribbean vacation for allegedly having sex too loudly. The pair were reported to have left their balcony door open while having intercourse. They were ordered by the crew on the ship to disembark in Barbados. They are now said to be launching legal action against TUI Cruises after they were left stranded on the island without their suitcases.
Oh,
The couple booked the holiday aboard the Mein Schiff 5. Welcome to the Mein Schiff. Dankeschön. While the vessel was anchored off Barbados, Renate and her husband Volker had very loud consensual sex, but forgot that their balcony door was open. Afterwards, Renate said the pair began arguing loudly, but claimed there was no violence and no damage to their accommodations. Later, Volker was in the shower and Renate was smoking a cigarette on the balcony. When a manager accompanied by the security guard came to their room and told him the captain had ordered them to leave the ship immediately. They are now pushing legal action against the cruise line. You should also know that in Germany, it's customary for couples to have a huge fight after sex. Thank you, Volker, you pig. Get off the Mein Schiff and we will keep your suitcases, Colonel King. Oh, it's a weird story.
she had a
but I
sandwich
love
in the car.
She is out on the balcony smoking a cigarette.
it. We'll take a break and come back with the audio vault right here on
On the Michael Mara Show.
Hey, it's Angie with the Oh My Golf Show with a new episode out now. And we've got your Halloween recap and a major costume malfunction. And oh my golf, can you believe they let me cover the World Series? I don't even know anything about baseball. And an unbelievable story about one of the last World War II veterans. Mike, you fought in Korea, right? Subscribe to the Oh My Golf Show now on YouTube, Facebook, or Apple Podcasts.
Thanks, Angie. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Congratulations to Zappos on their 20th birthday. That means 20 years of the absolute best customer service and selection that is unmatched. Happy birthday, Zappos. Let's have cake, yes? No?
Yes.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Why
no?
not? Yes.
Also balloons and ice cream. Everyone screams for it. I do. You do. We all do. Thanks to over 1,000 trusted brand names, Zappos.com is able to help millions of customers create a long-lasting wardrobe that they love. We are excited to continue our thriving partnership with Zappos, and we'll be celebrating aboard the Mind Shift 2.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry. No, we're not.
And that's where we'll have our post-coital argument.
We're going to Vegas because it's Zappos' theater. It's their corporate headquarters. Yes. We love our friends at Zappos. 11 days. 11 days.
Per lebum.
Our partnership is built on listener support, so whether it's footwear, outerwear, anywhere, basically if you wear it, get it at Zappos. We just ask you to support us both by accessing Zappos through our website. Just click the banner. As always, Zappos.com provides fast, free shipping, free and easy returns, 24/7 customer service, and a 365-day return policy. Thank you, Zappos.com. There has never been a better time to look your best. Let's open up the audio vault for Monday, November 4, 2019. Take it away, Rob.
I don't want to make this political, but I will say this. I like it that President Barack Obama will occasionally come out and make a statement that makes me know that we still have smart people around in this country.
Yeah.
He issued a statement yesterday to basically pay people on social media that think they're making a difference. But guess what, folks? You ain't woke.
There is this sense sometimes of the way of me making change is to be as judgmental as possible about other people. And that's enough. Like if I tweet or hashtag about how you didn't do something right or used the wrong verb, then I can sit back and feel pretty good about myself. Because, man, you see how woke I was? I called you out. That's not activism. That's not bringing about change. If all you're doing is casting stones, you're probably not going to get that far. That's easy to do.
Just something to think about. Wow. I like that.
You hear that? Do you hear that, Renee? Do you hear that?
Now, let's say you have a 2-year-old child, and the child comes home in a jacket that is clearly not hers. She's taken it.
All right.
You could probably just say, give me that jacket, take it back to school, and put it back.
Oh, yeah.
But this guy questions the kid. I love this series of questioning.
Okay.
Because she comes home in a Nike jacket that ain't hers. She's 2.
Where did you buy it from?
From the jacket store.
And how much did you pay for it?
5.
5 what?
5 money.
5.
So
Five
what
money.
she says,
5 money.
She went to the jacket store and bought it and paid 5 monies.
Monies?
Yes.
Okay. And what's the name of the store?
Jacket.
Jacket store. And what brand is it?
Nike.
Nike. Okay.
And also it's white.
Okay. Does anyone in your class wear the same one?
Yeah.
Who?
Tanya.
Connor wears the same one?
Yeah.
He wears a pink one? Okay, Baba, I think we have to return this jacket because I don't think it's for us. I don't think it's for you. Mama didn't buy it for you. I didn't buy it for you. Yeah, Baba, it's okay.
5 monies at the jacket store.
At the jacket store.
Get your
What's the
Nike
name of the
code.
store? Jacket.
Jacket. Yeah, and it's just called Jacket. That's a 2. Very, very cool. All right. Do you have deer in Florida?
Yes.
Yeah, they're, of course, rampant in here because with the spread of the sprawl, they have less area. The
we got
spotted
down
deer.
here. We got all the critters down here.
Polar bears.
Polar bears.
They're sunning themselves.
Weasels.
Oh, I hate the weasels.
Yeah, we do.
All right.
Jackalopes.
But, you see deer around, and this is it looked like a common North America spotted deer with the white dots on its back.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really
That'd
hear...
be a white-tailed deer.
You don't hear the sound that deer make. And it's weird. It's not what you'd expect. This is a deer. Please ignore the sound of the man because what we want to focus. This is real, Mike. I'm not going to play you think I'm going to do this.
Oh,
No. That'd be too obvious.
You were going to before you knew our regular.
I was not. This is the sound of the spotted deer.
God.
So,
Wow.
if you ever hear that,
boy.
right? That's pretty horrifying.
Awesome. Man.
Yeah, boy.
And that Dear Mike was recorded live at a store called Jacket. So, and Mike, this is Busch Gardens. This is an amazing tiger update. This is a crisis at Busch Gardens.
A Bengal tiger at Busch Gardens in Tampa was killed by her brother. This is kind of a rare thing for tigers, but it's pretty run-of-the-mill for Florida.
That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Monday, everybody.
That's funny.
Oh, poor Florida. Yeah, you get it. You get beat up on all the time. I don't care. Anyway, that's it. We got to get out of here. 11 days to Las Vegas. Look forward to seeing you. Get a bonus show today if you're not doing anything. We really appreciate that. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Before you go, please make a mental note. Today's show was made possible by the TMOS bonus packages. You can secure yours right now by going to MikeO'MaraShow.com and clicking on the red bonus banner. Buy it or give it. Either way, you're helping out TMOS, and that's a good thing. Thank you, and go in peace.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
I can pull a better cartoon out of my ass. Hey, whoa! Wasn't that great, kid?
If I thought you were my friend, I just don't think I could bear it.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!